Daru, they are a god.
Yeah,
That
sure.
is a godsend.
Oh, definitely, man. Definitely no problem at all. You know, I mean, this is how I've learned as well, so through people, helping me. So why not? I mean, I do that now. This is I think, I mean, this is my time, why not? I mean, to people like you and, with, of course, I mean, building a community here, like people like
Yeah.
Harriet, who has experiences, who is experienced in this field, and, Wilson as well, but, Wilson's keep missing. He's busy, super busy, and he's in Caribbean at the moment, He
In the
moved,
Caribbean.
yeah, because
Oh,
he's from one of the Caribbean islands. He will kill me if I don't know the island well. I mean, if I don't know the name of the island, he has told me so many times. He's in
yeah.
Caribbean now. He moved because he was working at Columbus here in London, for the company called Columbus, it's the insurance company.
Okay.
Yeah. And then he moved to Caribbean to work from there fully because of,
You
he's
work together,
no,
Daru.
no, no. We studied together. And
Oh,
then
okay.
yeah, then he was also working in London as a developer, and then now he's in in one of the Caribbean islands, and that's where he's from. So he got settled there now, So he's working from there and getting paid from here. Lucky him as well.
Yeah,
You know, yeah.
that's
Okay,
cool.
right. Right. Okay. 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 Right. So let's go back to what we were doing. So we were here, right? Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we were here, right? So we were doing, yeah, so we had a look at the builder pattern and the abstract factory last time. Any questions on those, or we can carry on to the other ones?
Yeah, no, I'm quite fine. I went over the videos and I got a nice little
Yeah,
synopsis
sure.
of
That's
each
good.
of
That's
each
good.
pattern. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So from those questions you asked, the interview questions, did you
Yeah.
find out the answers, or where did you struggle a bit, or you were okay with those questions?
No, I wasn't okay. I just thought I would just ask you and
Yeah.
just get a feel how you would answer it.
Yeah, yeah. So did you
So
understand?
then,
Okay, so okay, so if I ask you those same questions again, would you be able to answer them? Or do you need more?
no, I would probably need
Ah,
to go and research a little bit more.
right, okay. All right.
Yeah.
But these things, all those questions you asked me, right? They are one now. They are a day for me to show you. If you're with me, and if you're working together, I'll show you. This is that. I mean, this is what
Okay.
that in the code, and then
Yeah.
that's it. Because if you start, I mean, looking at videos or reading books, man, that will take you ages to jump across. Because of these things, in order for you to feel it and to tell it that, I mean, that you've used it or it well, that's only by seeing it and, I mean, doing it afterwards, so
Oh,
yeah, definitely all those questions you asked, I mean, particularly those questions, if you
okay.
don't mind.
And I just stopped halfway. There's loads
Ah,
more.
yes, because if you start reading about MVP and MVI and all that, that'll take you ages to
Yeah.
go through them. And also to, yeah, you can see the videos. I mean, they'll show you how to use them and blah.
Mm.
But you should be able to engage with them. I mean, when they're showing you, I mean, you should be able to ask questions like, I mean, why that, why this, or why can I do this and that? I mean, so then you would understand it properly. I think. I mean, that's how I feel it. You know.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe when you're free one day.
Yeah, definitely, man. No problem. Because these are I wouldn't say, these are basic or advanced or medium type of questions. These are the questions everyone should know, you know.
Hmm.
Yeah. Even a senior dev, see, that's why I don't like it. I mean, calling ourselves senior, mid, and advocate and this and that, because
Okay.
that doesn't go well, because how do we know, somebody's senior or architect or whatever the name we give, right? Because I mean, every day we're learning, we're looking
Yeah.
at new things. The technology is changing, so why these class system? And I hate that really, you know. Yeah, man, it shouldn't be like that. Everyone's the same. You see, you're more senior than me. I mean, with experience you've gained in the life, right? You know,
Yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
isn't
But
it? I mean,
yeah, that's how it was in the Capgemini sector,
uh,
where
yeah,
they categorize people
no,
depending on their rank.
no. It shouldn't be like that. No, not at all. There is no boss here. Everyone's the boss and everyone's the same. You know what I mean? We are
Mhm.
working together. it's like, I mean, a football team or something. They're playing together. You can't
Hmm.
have, class systems there, right? Then nobody can play well, isn't it? This is
Yeah,
this is
that's right.
again a team sports, man. We're playing with code and we're building something. That's the game we're playing.
Hmm.
So everyone should be equally respected, and I mean equally given the freedom to bounce their ideas. Not you see, I can't become a superior because I've seen code a bit more than you. But this is all about being creative and um, you know, building something, right? So the code here we use is the last option. I mean, it's the last thing in the how do you call it? Um, the last thing to use, right? But before that, all of that thinking process should happen. All of that, team bonding process should happen.
Hmm.
All of the how do you say it? All of the brainstorming should happen and all that, right?
Hmm.
So anybody can write code, but that's the last thing to do.
Right.
Yeah, that's how I've been always seeing this. But sadly, not everyone understands. I mean, not everybody is into that kind of, mentality.
Right.
People thinking, I mean, yeah, if I have 15 years of experience, they thinking, I mean, they're superior. They seen a lot of code. Of course, they've seen a lot of code, but you're still learning. You're still new to the technology, right? Technology is the superior here. You know,
Hmm.
everybody's learning, and then
Hmm.
yeah, of course, I mean, if you know something well, teach the others. Don't become a silo or something. I mean, you know, yeah. And then, I haven't see. I mean, I wouldn't go and work in a place like that, where they have class systems. That he's super senior, he's a principal engineer, he's an architect, and all that. Okay, you can give names, but I mean, people don't react to those. I mean, people don't go by them. So people thinking, I mean, everybody's the same and we work. See, the role for me is given by the company as a senior dev, right? But I don't go by that. I mean, everybody's the same. I mean, even somebody there as a junior dev. I mean, we treat everybody the same. That's the work culture we have. I mean, that's the work culture would work. Um, that's why I'm against. I mean, giving these ranks to people.
Hmm.
Ranks should just speak. Ranks should speak by themselves. I mean, when you help the others, or when you make the others becoming to that level, that should speak by themselves. I mean, by those things they do, not just because of the years of experience they've had it. You know.
Yeah.
I'm totally against that, man. Yeah. Anyway, because then you won't be able to play this game well, because this is a team game, isn't it? It's
Hmm.
not an individual game, isn't it? Yeah. Anyway, right. Yeah. So we will find some time, and I'll show you through all those things you didn't understand the question, right?
Cheers.
Yeah. Cool. Right. Right. So today, the next one to look at is the prototype. Yeah. This is also another cool design pattern. Jason shared. Um, yeah, Charit might have used this. Jason, you would have heard of it as well. You might have used this as well.
No, I've
But
not heard of this one.
you haven't heard of it.
No.
Okay, right. Okay, prototyping means it's, of course, as the name says it, right? So you prototype something. So that means you're going to make a copy of something. So if you want to tell it in an object-oriented way, if you have an object and you're going to create a similar object in this case, but with a slightly different behavior. So if we want to put that in code, how would that look? Um, I'll show you that. I mean, how would that look? And I mean, why a slightly different behavior? When I mean, what is it? Yeah, what I meant by, I mean, a slightly different behavior. So, um, yeah, so this is the creation. So we're still under creational. Yeah, this is actually the last creational pattern to look at, So, so yeah, so we've come, and then we'll move to the structural. So I'm going to create this one, prototype. Did I create a class or something? No, it's a file. Yes. So see, I say that I have a class, right? Employee or something. Employee, and then say he has name, yeah, and so on, yeah. Some role he could have, that what role he has at the company and things like that, right?
Salary.
Yeah. Salary and stuff like that, right?
Mm.
Yeah. But now this is the employee we know in an organization by these uh, um, uh, by these fields we are defining, right? Right. So if I want to create if I want to create an employee, say employee one, I'll create an employee, right? I'll
Mm.
create the class, yeah, with these names, yeah, whoever it is, whatever, yeah, and
Mm.
blah blah, you get the idea, right? But if I want to create another one, uh, I'm also creating the same employee. But imagine, so the first employee's name is that role is going to be some IT, and then salary, whatever, something, you know. And then here I'm creating you now, yeah, Jason.
Mm.
Role is going to be the same, and then salary is going to be the same, yeah, something, yeah. See, if I look at this, I have created another object, yeah, creating another object which is very similar to the first object but only differ by the name, yeah. So this is what I meant by creating two objects which are similar but it's slightly different by the behavior, or in this case the state, I mean it has a different state because of it has a different data, I mean the name is different,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but they are both, you can consider both them the employees, yeah.
Yeah.
When we want to do this, see, I wanted to create these employees, right? So I'm creating these objects, right? So whenever we want to do it, we can think of applying prototype design pattern in our code, yeah. That's what it means. So let's look at an example. So we have an employee, let's say that, I mean, he has a proper role. We're going to define the roles. You can see this, Jason, that
Yeah.
see, I'm creating an enum, because the roles are
Okay.
always going to be one set of constants, so it's not going to have
Yeah.
a hierarchy of things. Role, like, admin, admin people might be there. Somebody, an
Hey.
employee could be an admin or IT staff,
Mhm.
or what else? Designer or something.
Yeah. Design.
Yeah. Yeah. So
UX.
this would be an employee's role, right? So when I'm creating myself, yeah, the role will be dot IT, no? Yeah, and then salary will be that and this and that. So IT, yeah, again, you will be also IT. So we will put it like that. Oh, sorry. Uh, yeah, and
Mhm.
everyone like that. Okay, right. See, when I'm creating this, can you see the problem? Like, I mean, see, I will need to repeat these again and again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and imagine we are receiving all the employees from a database or something. Yeah, and this is the database. Let's say all employees in DB. Yeah,
Hmm.
which could be a mutable list of, say, employees. Yeah.
Mm.
So yeah, this is the database. Yeah, all employees coming from database, and we have this list. And now when I create this, now I need to add this, add all of them into this. So they are the new employees we've created, and we need to put them into this list because this is the database store we have, right? So this plus equal E1. Oh, sorry, plus equal. Yeah. So I've added the new employee, I've created it to that list, and also the new this too. But in order to do this, you see, I'll need to repeat, you know, given the same attributes they have again and again. So in order to avoid that, I could do this, right? So I could say for, I can loop through the whole employees and check if no, okay. Okay, to explain that, I'm thinking, I mean, maybe if I say I am already in the database, yeah. So yeah, I'm already in the database, and when I'm adding you, I will need to put the role and the salary the same as what that employee has, yeah. But let's yeah, the salary would be different, right? Of course, people wouldn't have the same salary. Oh yeah, they could have, but I mean the roles would be the same, right? you and me would be in the same role, right? So if somebody is already, you know, in the database coming out of Azure, I mean, they have the same role. We are just creating it with the same role again here. So in order to avoid that, I mean, or to say it in other words, I mean, say that, I mean, we look through all the employees in the database and we want to add this employee if there is already has the same role. Yeah, that would be okay, right?
Mm.
Yeah. So say that employee in, sorry, all of these employees. So I'm going to loop these guys and I'm going to say, no, employee in that. And then I would need to say, I'll show you what I mean. I think I'm still made much sense. E dot row. Where's this? Oh, sorry. Yeah, the row equal. Actually, no. Let's create this as a function. Then it's easier. Create employee, right? Um, yeah, so I'm going to create employees. So, okay, so we have a database full of employees, and somebody is going to call this method to create employees. So in order to create the employees, they need to pass a name, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and also their role, right? Yeah. Okay, so then what I will need to then do is, I will need to do this now. So I'll loop through the database, whoever is there, and then now I check employee in the database. If somebody has the same role as what's coming in, then I can create the user. Actually, if they're the same, if they have the same role, I can create it with the name being the name given now, and also the role will be the role, and salary or something. It will be the salary here. Oh, salary would be the employee salary, no?
Okay.
You see? So, okay. So when somebody's creating an employee, I am first checking whether their role is matching to anyone in the database. And then if it does, then I can put the employee with the name given and the role, of course, given, and the salary would be the same. We are thinking as I mean, because of we're not passing a salary, so we're just creating the employee with the same salary as I mean, what's does that guy's role? Because of it could be possible, right? I'm just thinking, like, I mean, if the salary is the same, we can create the employee like that, yeah. So now we can add it to this. Yeah, so as we created, we can add this to this list. Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, so let's now see how does that look. The main function, let's go create employee JSON, of course. And then we need to specify the role. Role would be .it. Yeah. So because of there is me there in the database already, if I'm adding you with the same role, I'm going to copy, I'm going to, make the salary the same. Yeah, because of the same role. Just think like that, right? Imagine like that. Then. Okay, so if I now run this, I'll see you and me added to the database because it will create this employee. Yeah, agree? See,
Yeah.
Any questions? Yeah, understood it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I understand the named arguments.
Hmm.
Yeah. But you're given the same name in the role.
Yeah.
Why is it that the employee, the salary
Hmm.
stays the same?
Uh,
Where we're creating it and putting it into the database in the if statement.
Here.
Yeah, if the E role is
Yeah.
equal to the role coming in.
Yeah. Okay. So, right. So this is the role which is coming in, and I'm checking if the role is matching to anyone in the database. So I'm looping every single employee in the database list.
Yeah,
Yeah. And E is the employee in the list. So I'm looping. So is the one we're thinking as, I mean, we're defining as, I mean, everyone in the database. So I'm going to iterate through. So E will be the first one, and if there's a second one, the second employee will be the next E, and things like that. So we're checking everyone in the list role is equal to the past. I mean, the given role. Yeah.
so it's come up with Saru and Jason having the same role.
Yes. Correct. So this is the one I'm creating now, which is you, and the role is IT. Yeah. So this is the role I'm creating with.
Yeah,
And who is already in? The first one is Zero and IT. So the first one employee's role would be IT, and the one I'm giving in is also IT. So they match. Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I forgot to break here because you know why? Otherwise, it won't come outside, right? Yeah. See, once we've added the employee, we don't want to still stay in the loop and loop through. We just break, so it'll come outside the for loop, and of course, yeah, print this as in, I mean, what we have in here. Yeah. So otherwise, we won't see anything. So let's all employees. Yeah. Yeah. In database.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go. So ah. No, actually. Uh,
I remember this before, something to do with a two string.
um, no, is it okay? Yeah, because you see, yes, you're right, exactly. See, to string is the one which is missing because this is a class. So we will need to tell, I mean, what's the implementation of a toString? If you don't want to, override the toString method to tell the class, how to represent itself in a string, you use a data class. Now this toString will be provided for you, implemented for you without you
Oh,
needing to do it.
okay. Automatic.
Yeah, that's the beauty of having a data class. Remember this? I mean, I think you were not there when we started studying about the data class and all that. Terry, you remember this?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember.
So you make it as a data class, and you will get the toString out of the box.
It's only because I saw that in
Uh,
in the final output there was that reference number.
yeah, it's the object references showing us. I mean, what's
Yeah,
that
I
class
got that
object?
before one time, and it was in
Ah.
Java. And then
Mhm.
the instructor said, "Oh,
Mm.
you're going to need a two-string method to display it properly."
Yeah.
And then I had to research a little bit and to see how the two. So when I saw it again, it just
Yeah.
automatically came to my brain that a two-string method was needed.
Yeah. Otherwise, you'll have to do this. You'll have to override yourself the toString and
Right.
return how you want to represent this in string.
Okay.
Otherwise, that's why the data class is better. So you just make the class data, and the toString is implemented for you because
Oh,
it's
that is cool, man.
yeah. See, these are the things asked in the interview questions. Why data class is good? This is one of them.
Right.
For toString, you get toString implementation is if you get that for free.
Get it for free.
Yeah. See, that's why I'm doing this live coding with you guys, because then we will come to this problem and seeing them,
Mhm.
Yeah. Right. Cool. Okay. So you made that data class, and now we're printing this, right? So we've added the employee we want to add, which is you, right? Right. Let's try to add problems to this, right? So we're creating stuff, yeah, we're creating this. So what we have done here is we've kind of followed the prototyping design pattern, right? Because of, we're creating using a data class employee and with a slightly different behavior in this case, which is slightly different attributes, yeah. So different employees have been created and put into the database because of the creational pattern. Prototype is a creational pattern, so it's all about creating. So we're prototyping employee objects here, yeah. Right, how to make this better? So one day, imagine if I need to add problems into this, I could say, okay, I'm going to add more. Say I'm going to let this thing grow. Yeah, the employee. Now we say, the employees can have what else? They can have a lot of things, right? Address or something. Yeah. Now what's going to happen? We're going to have a problem. You see this? Because our thing doesn't sending any address, right?
So the creation.
Yeah, the
Of
creation is
object.
breaking because of as you add more to this, our creation is going to break, of course, because of the other construct arguments, right? So if you want to create an employee, you need to pass in all these as it's defined. So you need to come here and you need to pass the address too. In this case, we're going to copy the same address, yeah, because of not given. So let's say, we both are living at the same address. That would be nice. Yeah. So we copy across the same address. Done. Fine. So we saw the problem when there was a problem, but this is not still better, right? Because you can see as this thing grows,